Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to a podcast episode for the first time in a minute. But we have Joe with us here. How's it going, my dude?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
That's good. I am glad we have successfully survived Tampa, of all places in this world, that I thought I was going to say in that sentence.
Yeah, the godforsaken place.
Exactly. We're just going to go ahead and get the cussing out the way. Fuck Tampa parking. 100%. Because, oh my god, that was such a nightmare. But, I mean, we reiterate it in the vlog and everything, too. Which that should be coming out. It should already be out by the time this comes out. So do go check that out if y'all want to see just us messing around, having a good time, meeting up with people, Universal, and all that jazz. But today, we are here to talk about the regionals itself. I have recorded a tournament report and everything, so I know what all topped and everything on both events and everything, but this is specifically for Tampa. So, oh boy. So I think I like the setup that I did before for Duluth, where I had people go each individual round and go, hey, round one, who did you play? Go to the next person, etc. Across all the rounds. It just kind of made it so it wasn't one person yapping for a whole long time. So I think you and I will do that too when we're going to go through each round. Round 5 is going to be very quick. But and we'll just alternate back and forth, and it's just easier to do it that way. So
yes.
So we rock up. I'm using Caligura Hololive as voted by the people. And you were on what?
I was on Slime. I was Miron and Millium combo. Level 1 Millium and level 2 Miron.
Gotcha. So, arguably yours was one of the best decks in the entire format. Like, at least consistency-wise?
Oh, yeah, the deck's very consistent. I will say that 100%. It is very consistent.
It's just one of those things. Weiss Schwarz happens, but we'll... before we get into the individual rounds, then I figured we go ahead and, because like I said, I want to talk about the venue and stuff as well. Like, the venue was really cool. I'm trying to remember what card shop they had there was one of the vendors. It wasn't Win Condition. Was it? No. Win Condition was Duluth.
No, they were there too.
Iron City Games.
Was it Iron City?
I believe it was Iron City Games. I don't have a receipt on it because I definitely bought cards from them. They were really cool dudes.
Whoever was in Duluth was also at Tampa.
Oh, they had some of them? Okay, cool. So
yeah, it was the same main shop.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool. I mean, I guess they wouldn't have as far. I guess they still got a good ways to travel because, yeah, that's fair.
It's a little bit of a travel, but
It do. No, that's for them. All they have to do is come down 75. It's a straight shot for them. So yeah, it's honestly, yeah, for traveling for them, that's understandable. No, that's really cool. We got there the day of, and there was like 3 other fucking events going on above us. It's like a volleyball game or something going on.
Yeah, volleyball game, cheerleading competitions, and a bunch of other stuff.
It was fun. It was so funny. The day before, where they had at Universal, y'all ended up. You and Steve were like. Steve was like talking to some people who were like with the cheerleading thing, like talking about the Eagles and the Phillies and all that, and it was just great.
Yeah. So. All right, so we get on the bus. So for those who haven't been to Universal, depending on what hotel, you can either take a bus or a boat ride to City Walk. For our hotel, we only had the bus. So we all got on this bus, and it's peak hour, so there's like a bunch of people. So Steve got separated from me, Billy, and Gothmon. Well, I look over, and Steve's just chatting away with these cheerleader moms and one of the fathers.
It's hilarious.
And he starts talking about football. Because he watched football for the first time.
Watched the Super Bowl.
During the Super Bowl. And he rooted for the right team because he rooted for the Eagles. So he could talk about it like it was no tomorrow. And it was funny because he just, bonded with the random people on the bus.
We're not even going to get hate from like immediately going off of the regionals. We're just going to get hate because of the whole Eagles statement, but that's whatever.
hey, born and raised, baby, birds fly. All right, anyway.
No, that's funny. But no, it was there was other events going on, so the parking was nightmarish. That's why that was. But it was like 74 people for the regionals, which was like still fairly sizable. We ended up doing 7 rounds in total. So I guess we'll just start with the individual rounds then. You know what? Since you're not on here as much, I'll let you go first. So for your round 1.
Okay, so I went against a Freerin deck. And this guy I went against in Duluth, and I think I screwed him over in Duluth, oddly enough, because he said he was just shy of top cut in Duluth because his opponent dropped. And oh boy, my collar went out a little bit when I heard that.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
But
just starts turtling in his seat, like, oh, okay, that
yeah. I just can't, it's like, man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's hilarious.
But I didn't really get to see his level 3 combos. He was running to level 3 Fearin, and I got to see it like once. Because the rest of his deck hit consistently. He got the torches out. He got all the events to go off. He just hit everything. And then there's my deck that no matter what I did, I couldn't hit or search for a Miran, a Shuna, or my level 0 Miran. I just couldn't hit it. I got the Millims out, but that's it.
Which is just weird because that deck is typically like extremely consistent. So I'm just kind of in shock here.
I will make this statement. The rounds I lost, for some reason, minus round 5, the deck just would not hit. Like I would get one or the other off, and not all of it.
What do you mean?
Which is really weird.
Your deck popped off round 5.
Yeah.
The other one. The other one.
Yeah. The other one. Yeah.
So
yeah, that one always wins, undefeated. Anyway,
it's all good. Okay, so we had Freerin. That's like always fun. Which I know there was a Freerin deck that did top. I want to say.
This guy he didn't. I think he got 12th or 13th.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. No, I might be thinking of Cardiff. Cardiff had like the 4th place deck was like Freerin or something for Cardiff.
Okay.
I literally just recorded the tournament report, and I was like, wait, I should be remembering this, but whatever. So for me, my first round was against a fellow Hololive player. They were on... she was on Chloe Marin, so 8 salvage. Really awesome. She did very well, and she ended up winning, so I lost that round, obviously. But it almost felt like she had borrowed the deck, if that makes any sense. Where she knew what she should be doing. She knew what like the combos and everything did. But one of the big things for that deck, the Chloe level 1 is a very powerful engine. One of its second effects is after you salvage, you top check, and if it's a level 1 or higher, you send it to stock, right? There's a level 0 Suisei Brainstormer that when you play a climax, you can give a character a top check ability that you're supposed to use that first, then you use Chloe's actual climax combo, and that lets you go, okay, cool, look at the top 2. Oh, I see there's a level 0 and a level 1. Let me get rid of the level 0, put the level 1 back on top so I know I get extra stock. So she didn't do that. Like if you play that deck, you know what that combo should be, but I had to like kind of point it out to her. I'm like, oh, aren't you supposed to do the reverse? Like it was round 1, I really didn't care. But she's like, what do you mean the reverse? I'm like, you're borrowing this deck. But like I said, she did amazingly well. I just had to point out like, oh yeah, if you do that first, then the combo goes off. She's like, oh, I see. Okay, got you. And then went on, and then she proceeded to kick my ass. So
yeah, I played against a couple new people as well, and I was helping like guide them through stuff. That's
fair. It happens, and even in the regional sense, like me explaining those effects and whatnot didn't like push us over time or anything. Yeah. I almost forgot to say at the very first, I almost thought she was going to be a no-show because while we were waiting for people to show up and waiting for opening ceremonies and whatnot, she hadn't shown up just yet. There was another dude who came over. He's like, I'm supposed to be at this table, pointing at like 2 other people sitting down. And it ended up being like one of the Vanguard guys who's like, didn't realize he was on the Weiss Schwarz side, which is hilarious.
Don't get me started on them card fighters.
Yeah. they were very nice and everything. It was just very funny. I was just sitting there because the two guys are like, yeah, we're table 24. And he's like, I'm table 24. So it's like 3 people and all looking at their phones and checking going, oh no, we have to get a repairing for round 1 already. What is going on? But no, it didn't. They just realized, oh wait, this is the Weiss side, and hauled ass over to the opposite end of the center. It was great. Okay, so mine was Hololive. She did really good. She actually ended up like every now and then through the rest of the event, she would be like, "Oh, hey, I'm such and such. How are you doing so far?" Because fellow Hololive people were like just trying to encourage each other. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting my butt kicked, whatever." But it was good overall. So that was first round. So going into second round. So you first.
I'm trying to remember. For some reason, this guy, I can't remember what it was. I don't know what it is. Because I remember third, fourth. I remember but I don't remember him. I do remember he is new and I was helping him.
Okay.
I do remember that.
I'll go ahead and say mine then and let you try to give you some time to remember. If you remember by the time I'm done, cool. We'll go into it. If not, we'll just go to the next one. So my round 2 was against a Bochy the Rock player. I ended up winning that match. The dude was a really cool dude, but he ended up saying like, hey, I have a history of just extremely bad luck in regionals. And I'm like, you shouldn't be saying this proudly, but okay, do explain. And ended up like, before the match like started, pulled out his phone and showed me some pictures he had taken of like starting hands at like previous events where he just opens up 4 or 5 climaxes like multiple times. And I'm just, like, it was like 5 or 6 pictures up there. And I'm like, he's like, is this real? He's like, yes, this is in regionals. Because you could see like behind him the official Bushi play mat with the zones and everything. And like, I think it was like at Duluth or something. So I'm like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks. He got such bad luck. There was one turn where he just was like, I can't do anything. I have to pass. So I got a free turn of just making him eat damage. So that was like not fun for him. But that also was like, that was like my first win was I had to win against the person who had to skip an entire turn, So
for my match, I don't remember the deck, but I remember how it played out because this was one of the matches that I hit everything. I opened a great hand. I had 2 Millims, I had her Bond, or the card that searched her out, had a Soe, and I had her Climax. Opening hand. Bet. We'll make this do. Starts doing everything. Couldn't really eat damage because I healed. It was a heal back-to-back. And then I forced myself to 1, went off with Millim, got all the Mirons. I got everything. Once I got to 3, he was at 3-6. He canceled everything. From there on out, he just canceled. Refresh, cancel. All right, does his turn. My turn. All right, Benny Moore, burn for 2. Takes 1, then burn, cancels it. All right, swing for 4. All right, now hit for 5. On the 5th one, cancel. That's it. He just would not go past 3-6. I ate everything.
This is where like Dragonoid Millim would have been amazing to like clock shoot for game.
Yes, I tried to find it, but it was at the bottom of stock. And fun. I couldn't get to it. I kept trying to burn. I'm like, it's not in my deck. It's not my drop. I know where it's at. And I just couldn't burn enough to burn enough stock to get to it.
Fun. Always fun. That does suck. So shout outs to the dude with the God canceling there. So you lost that round?
Yes, I lost that round.
Okay. So by this point, I'm 1-1 and you're 0-2.
Yep, and going into round 3, which I lost this one, it was a Slime Mirror match.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They did not run the Millims. I forget, they ran something else. They had the naming combo. They had the level 0.
The trial deck?
No, not the trial deck. The level 0 Rimuru Climax combo.
Oh, okay.
What I was running
pants.
before.
The other pants.
Yeah, the other pants. Okay. They ran that.
Because you said naming, and I'm like, that's like the choice thing from the trial deck. Okay.
No, I was looking at something else earlier, and it gets stuck in my head. They ran that. Once it got to 3, they got their stuff off right before me. We ran pretty much similar level 3 lineups. Level 1 and zeros were a little bit different, but they just got their stuff off before me. That's all what it came down to.
That's understandable.
Yeah, they bounced my Shuna back to hand, and I mean, obviously that's how you get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they swung. I canceled one turn where they had 2 Benimarus, and I canceled all the Benimaru damage. And then in response, I basically, on my turn, I hit them with the Shion damage, and it all stuck. But just when it came into my turn, I just couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't stay alive.
Stay in. No.
Yeah. So it was very similar.
I gotcha.
But I Weiss being Weiss, I just couldn't hold off much longer.
It do be like that where it damn. Like I said, the Slime Mirror match too is like one of those very interesting back and forths. Whoever's able to go ahead and pop off, it just kind of sets the pace of the game. It feels like so. That's fair.
Round 2 was 7 Deadly Sins. That's what it was.
Okay. Deadly Sins for round 2 for you. Okay.
Yes, so it's the one. It's like the meta right now.
Yeah.
Whatever the main thing that replacement level 3 people run, and then the level 1, that basically is free benefits by playing it.
It's the Elizabeth level 0 Brainstormer and the level 3 Hendrickson, basically. So.
Yep.
Very fun. Those Elizabeths have come down a lot in price. I might end up having to look into that at some point. Anyway, no. I'm not gonna mess with that. I have too much Hololive shit to deal with. But round 3 for me. So round 3 I lost was against an Oshinoko player. I didn't really know a whole lot of what Oshinoko did. The combos were really cool, really interesting. But it got to the point he shot me from 2-5 to dead.
Oof.
Future me, if you would, put a picture of the level 3 combo. Look for it later because I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Just show it on screen. And just literally tripled this level 3. And the climax combo is something along the lines of, if damage gets canceled, you can pay a cost, or you pay a cost on attack, and if the damage were to get canceled, make your opponent mill the bottom 3 cards of their deck, and for every level 0, burn 2. It was strong, and I ate all of those burns. I just could not help it. But hey, he was a really cool dude, really good player. He clearly knew what he was doing. I do have a funny thing to say at the end of this, at the end of the day. There's a really funny thing I want to point out for every single one of these opponents. It's just really, really funny to me. But I thought about it after the fact. But anyway, so at this point, I'm 1-2. At this point, you're 0-3?
Yes, I am 0-3.
This is so weird for what's coming up. So then going into round 4. So that'll be... Mine's an interesting one.
I won mine.
Okay.
This was... I think it was Hololive.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly. But the thing was, they just couldn't get anything off. Their deck just completely crapped on them. Their opening hand, after 5 mulligan, they opened with 2 climaxes and 3 level 3s. They opened up with, apparently 1s and 2s. Couldn't get any 0s, so I had, 2 free turns. It was just bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they just had very bad luck.
That sucks. I don't want to be I don't want to pull a Zuko, but that's rough, buddy. But damn, that
Yeah, it ended with me being on 2-2 and they were dead.
Oh god! So it's just all right. Eat this. Just
yeah. And I was clocking myself trying to get me up so I could start doing stuff. But all right, here's this level 0 Milim Reverser. I got both of them on the field somehow, and here's this random Soe attack.
Just repeat process. Okay,
yeah.
That's wild, man. That is. I'm not trying. I'm just looking off in the distance as you're describing this to me, and just oh god, I've been in this position before. Been in the position of doing that to people and then having that happen to myself. Oh my god, that's just that's just one of those rough days. You're obviously at that point you're 0-3, so y'all have a similar record. They're just having a bad day in general, and then they get shat on even further, which is absolutely insane. All right.
Which I think they did drop after that. Because once they went 4, I think they ended up dropping.
Oh no, so we did have the same. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I just realized that we did. My brain was getting something turned around for next round. So my 4th round was against Ben from Refresh Point. The first actual, like, oh look, someone that we came with. Let's go have a gander at Review Starlight is what he was on. He was also not feeling the best that day. I hope he's feeling better now by the time we're recording this. But he did not have a good day. He was feeling feeling sick as shit. He wasn't able to talk a whole lot either because he would just start like coughing. And then just several other games, he just ended up like getting the nuts handed to him. Like it was actually crazy for him. Mm-hmm. But in our game, did really good. I'm trying to remember if there was anything super crazy for that game. Nothing really crazy. Like he just, his deck popped off. He knew what he was going for and just absolutely destroyed me. I don't think anything super crazy in the levels like went on for that one. Because like I said, I'm on like Caligura at this point for this. So at this point, every time I throw down a climax, I'm like triggering and going, cool, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage. Like just for every single, like even at level 1 and 2, it's just like everything's going through with like high damage numbers. He's eating a lot of some and canceling a lot of the other. So it just was a really good back and forth, but I just was happy to play against him. I just know he was not feeling good at all. So I hope he's feeling much better now. So that is it for the round 4. So I am 1-3 at this point. So
and so am I.
So we're both 1-3 at this point. Who was your round 5 opponent?
It was this scrub named Kade. I don't know what it was. I felt bad because he lost to Milky Holmes, so like I just gave him the win. Like it, I felt bad.
It was hilarious.
Couldn't even beat the like learn to play. Hands up.
I couldn't beat it. Nah. So we ended up getting paired round 5, which is just hilarious to me. He saw that it was us and just looked at me and said, "Fuck it, you got it. I don't care. You win."
So right before when I won and then you told me you lost, I literally said, if we go against each other, I'm giving it to you. A couple seconds later.
Yeah.
All right, I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, it was just almost instantaneously. It was So then we're like, okay, cool. We wait for the round to start. We post the official results and everything. And so we kind of look at each other and go, just want to play a casual game? So you bust out Milky Holmes, which you should have been playing, and clearly by this game, you should have.
Yes.
We joke. And I brought out a Artifareta deck that I've been working on the side. It's just kind of like a Soul Rushy type Artifareta deck. And it's popping off. We're going back and forth, but then you just happen to get the cancels and kill me. So it's just really fun. It was funny because the judge came over at one point. It was just like, because I had like some bad sleeves that you could like kind of see through on the Artifareta deck. He's like, "Oh, sir, you need to change these out." I'm like, "Oh, dude, we're in a casual game right now. Like we've already finished our actual game. We're just kind of messing around. My actual deck is a Hololive deck that are in actual good sleeves." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And it just like once I explained that to him, he's like, "Okay, you're cool, no problem." But he's just doing his job, and it was just really funny. I think we confused the shit out of this man, because this is round 5, and he's like, wait, I think in his mind he's going, wait, how did I not catch this before now?
Yeah, why haven't all these people caught this man?
Exactly.
He's elusive.
Because they had a lot of judges walking around for this event. It was very, very well organized from what I could tell. And so it just was really funny that was what happened. But it's all good. So getting past the BS of versus Joe round 5, we go into the 6th round, and this round for me was actually really cool. But obviously, like I said, I'll let you go first.
For me, this guy was new. He made a lot of misplays, and I'm not going to hold that against him because he is new. But he was running like, I guess what could be considered. It's so weird. Because he ran stuff from all sets of Attack on Titan. He was running Attack on Titan. He had stuff from set 1. He had stuff from the final set.
I think I know who you played against. I think he sat next to me when I was playing the Bochi the Rock guy.
Yeah, and I was constantly coaching him, like just going through the steps.
Okay.
to make sure everything was fine because he was, struggling and trying to remember how to do stuff, which I don't care. I don't mind helping people. I don't.
Yeah, obviously.
There was one thing I wasn't sure on, which the judge answered this. So I never, out of all the people we know, no one plays Attack on Titan anymore. Like, especially none of the new stuff.
Yeah, like
I
played a lot of the older stuff, but like none of the new stuff I really have fucked with at all.
Yeah, so I played against his level 3 was a Sasha and Aaron. So the Sasha was like once the attack's done, it's pay to send it the memory. Choose a character from your waiting room, put it in the same stage position. It didn't clarify if it came in standing or resting.
Oh yeah. I understand exactly what the confusion was now.
So I asked the judge, and the judge had to actually go off and ask too, because he's like, usually it should be on the card. But it comes in standing, to which free standard you can attack. So in theory, you could get like 6 attacks off, I think, in a turn. I don't remember if it's once per turn.
I'd have to look at the card again specifically, but yeah. In those situations, if it doesn't state, it's usually standing. Yes.
Yeah, I never went against it before.
That's fair.
So like
that's very fair. That type of, like you said, that because it's typically stated. What stuff gets summoned out as, it's not something that is like a super common effect for that. So I get that.
And then to which he brought in that level 3 Aaron, which was on play heal from waiting room or from hand. Or so he didn't heal though because he missed it. And I didn't even get a chance to do the other stuff. Look at it because he just went straight to attack. And I'm like. I looked over. I'm like, I feel like you could have did a little bit more, but that's fine.
It's like, you know what? It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and then he just ate damage too on top of it. So like, that match was pretty straightforward.
Speaking of eating damage, my round 6 was against Guilty Gear. I had a dude I played against, super cool dude, super chill. I took this man from 2-4 to dead with double Gura.
Ugh.
I destroyed this man. He just ate all of it. I'm just like, oh my god. Like against the Bochi the Rock guy, I got off like 1 Gura. But against and even against the Oshino the Oshinoko guy, I was prepared to drop double Gura on his ass. And just absolutely try to kill him. But this was the first one I was actually able to double Gura and just make like someone go from 2-4 to dead. Like, was hilarious. But dude was just like, damn. And he showed me his hand. He's like, I was prepared. I was so ready to just like push for damage next turn. And I'm like, too bad. Little short go. But so no, that was just, oh man, that was a really fun game though. So at this point I'm 3-3 and you are you at 2-4 at this point?
Yeah, I'll be 2-4.
Okay. So, and then last round,
I went against your Guilty Gear guy.
Really? Oh god, okay.
Yeah, because I think he was, because I think we talked about this.
I think we mentioned this.
Did he have the
Ram Lethal?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good match, back and forth. Ooh, hold on. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Because my end was going in and out.
Womp.
Okay. My stuff was going in and we were going back and forth pretty much. But once it got to level 3, I kind of just took over. He did get to like call out the minions, get multiple attacks off, get all the bird damage. The regular attacks stuck, but all the bird damage canceled.
Ooh, okay.
That pushed me to 3. Yeah, that pushed me to 3, and then Benimaru, Shion, and then there was, I think I had a Miron still in the field.
Okay.
Because he killed two of the 3 Mirons. So I just kind of, just took it from there. Because burn damage on multiple, and then cancel burn. So like,
yeah, Guilty Gear's able to do a lot of stuff like that. That's very fair.
So I dominated once it got to level 3.
gosh. He's just like, my final round. I'm going all out. Release limiters, and proceeded to just like destroy. Whereas mine, I saw Beery, who was another person who joined us for the Airbnb and everything, along with Ben. I saw he was my opponent. I went over. I said, brother, I don't care anymore. You got this. I'm done for today. He's like, okay. And he just kind of gave me thumbs up, and we waited till the round started. I gave it to him. I just kind of said, all right, we're good. But he was on Hololive as well. So that was like an interesting little thing for that. Which, you get, like, for anyone who doesn't know, Beery is, like, he's a really cool dude. He has topped in a lot of different things. He was the one who got second place at Worlds last year against Steven from Refresh Point. Or Steve, I said Steven, but Steve from Refresh Point. He was rocking, I want to say for that one, he was rocking Slime, and Steve was on Caligura. So, it's just really funny at that point. I'll be like, damn, I realized afterwards, I was like, damn, I could have gave this man PTSD with double Gura. But no, he was really cool. But like, he and I ended up like talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. And he just ended up being like really, really cool dude. Because we share first names. It's just funny as hell to me. But yeah, so that is all 7 rounds. I ended up being 3-4. You ended up being 3-4. So we literally finished the same, which is hilarious. Assuming you're still there.
Yep. Nope. I agreed. I don't know if it came through, but
no,
I was just
didn't hear anything. Okay. So we're good. Technical difficulties always here at Base Damage.
Well, I mean, there is an ice storm currently hitting us. So like,
same. It's literally like snowing outside and everything as we're doing this. So hopefully we can finish the recording. Knock on wood. Anyway. So here's where we get into like discussing some of the other things that were going on. I mentioned earlier that I noticed one recurring thing across every single opponent that I faced, outside of obviously against Beery, because I didn't play him. I just said, fuck it, you got this. Everyone else, actually, you were the only other person who didn't matter because you just gave me the win. The other 5 people, every single person, I had to call out for not having the correct fucking color. I don't understand. Like, at some point in every single game, these are guys, like I said, Ben, the Guilty Gear guy obviously knew what the hell he was doing, but every single person, at some point, I had to go, I'm sorry, you don't have the correct color. And they look down and go, oh, damn, I forgot. Okay, cool. And just went on about their day. It's cool. It's just really freaking weird that happened with every single opponent. Are people just not paying attention to that anymore? Did you run into that at all?
The only one that it would have been a thing was that the guy with Attack on Titan, but like I said, he was new and like I think he was nervous. So like
I was
kind of coaching him. I was like, hey,
yeah,
okay, make sure like when he was getting to level 2, I'm like, make sure you got your colors. Kept suggesting because he almost he almost double read himself.
Gotcha. He almost did that instead of needing a different one. No, that's very fair. But like, and like I said, even my round 1 opponent, it sounded like, she knew the deck, but she clearly didn't know how some of the combos were supposed to flow. She still did amazingly well. I don't want to like make it seem like she was bad or anything, but it almost felt like she was borrowing the deck from somebody. If I'm wrong on that, I'm very sorry. So for her, I could kind of understand like, oh, hey, sorry, you don't have blue just yet. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. And just, went on about her day. We went on the rest of the game. She still beat me in the end, so I can't really complain about that. But like everybody else I played against, at some shape, form, or fashion, I had to call out for that. I'm like, is this why people are just running like weird off colors because just nobody calls it anymore? Like what the... Like, okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
I joke about this because this is something Tim has always gotten on me for. Where if I am building a deck and I go, okay, cool, my level 1 combo is a certain color, I typically don't put other color cards in that same level, at level 1 or whatever. I'll wait until, my level 2 cards or something where I need to have a specific color. Obviously, standby doesn't give a shit, whatever. Like, okay, cool, I can play the red, I pump out a blue character, I pump out a green character, who cares? But at that point, you're trying to get red at level 1 anyway, it doesn't matter. But this is something I brought up with him, and he's just like, like he's always been like, you could run other colors at like level 1. You could run all these other colors at the different levels. And I'm like, yeah, but consistency. I always try to do that, and I'm certain there's a lot of decks where it just doesn't matter. But it came up for multiple decks for me for this tournament. I don't know. It was a weird thing. So I just wanted to point that out. Like all the people I played against, really awesome people. I enjoyed every single game. But I just noticed that across the board. I'm like, people, y'all need to pay attention. Like, it would really suck to lose a game because the opponent didn't have the right color when they played like a color they shouldn't have been able to, you know? I don't know. The other thing that you and I agreed on was something, a completely separate issue. Obviously, everyone hates the double loss thing. Mm-hmm. And this is something I know we said we were going to bring up. We said this in the vlog. Once again, go check it out. That one of the weird things they were trying to enforce, and I want your opinions on this as well. They were trying to enforce people, like, I can understand not wanting people to have their phones on the table. That's fair. But they didn't want people wearing watches.
To be exact, digital watches.
But still, like, it's just really weird. They're like, so analog is okay.
The judge came to my table because one of the matches, one of the guys had a analog watch.
I could have swore I saw someone I could have sworn one of the judges told a guy with an analog watch as well to take it off.
It could have probably been the same guy. So at first he did, but with the person beside us was like, hey, in the rules it says analog watches are fine, just not digital watches.
Yeah.
That guy was like, let me double check, but I think you're right. So he went off, and the judge was like, okay, yeah, yours is analog, it's fine. And he said it's the keep to not force people to like speed up or like pressure other, like for them to use time against their opponent or something like that. Along those lines, to be like, hey, look, come on, it's almost time. You got to hurry up. That kind of thing. To which that came up with another match.
Yeah, you told me about this as well. So I didn't know any of the details for this. I wanted you to be able to like explain what the hell was happening with this.
My stuff is third hand, but this came from a source that was right beside it. So,
okay.
Basically, one person, you got two people. One was a dick. That's the best way to put it. One was a dick.
Straight to the point.
And the other person came off a double loss because the person was slow playing, essentially. Mm-hmm. So once I think they were like, hey, you guys got like 10 minutes left. The guy, the one that came off the double loss, I'm going to call him Person B to make this easier. Okay. Person B was like, hey, can we speed it up a little bit because, we're running out of time. So Person A took that personally and was like, I'm a fucking slow play, so we take a double loss. And then he just turned into a dick and made sure that they both got a double loss.
So player A stands for asshole. Got you.
Yes.
Oh man, that's some petty level shit, my dude.
Yes.
I cannot like. I don't.
If I had to take a guess, in his mind, he was like, "I'm gonna lose, so I'm gonna make him lose with me."
And that's kind of a thing. That's legitimately been a big concern for me. The moment I heard about the double loss thing was like, yeah, if someone's having a bad day, they're going to bring someone else down with them. Like, that just seems like common sense. So I understand with the double loss thing that it helps the tournament organizers not have to run till fucking midnight. I get that. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Where that was like commonplace, like especially like in the early years, and obviously they've tried to do everything they could to prevent that now. The double loss thing, as much as I hate it for Weiss, I almost wish that was a rule in Yu-Gi-Oh! For like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like tournament, not for locals obviously, but for the regionals and everything. I kind of wish that was a thing. I just because it would have made people like speed up and actually like play the game instead of trying to do stall tactics. And I hate the ideas of like people having to win in time with in the time rules and everything, where it's like, oh, it's the person who had more life points, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna side deck all these cards that make me gain like 6,000 life points or some BS, like. I don't care if I don't like those strategies. I don't think that should be a strategy for winning the game. You should just play the game anyway. But granted, because Weiss is a best of one, it shouldn't be an issue, but then you have dicks like that. You have people exactly like that, or like you said, maybe someone going, hey, tapping their watch, can we hurry it up a little bit here? Which, I mean, you can still keep track of the time with like an analog watch, whatever. Because, I mean, you're sitting there looking at, okay, cool, they called start of the round at 1:30. Cool, I know we have 35 minutes, so basic math, but a lot of people, can't fucking check for color, so they decide, oh, hey, can't read analog either. That's how we're gonna cripple all the new generations. We're gonna change everything to analog clocks and everything to cursive writing, and they're just all gonna be like, what's going on? And
exactly. See, you understand.
And manual cars, right? So
yeah, exactly. See, you get it. You understand. You're picking it up.
I'm slowly understanding the conspiracy here. But no, so that's something that I've been afraid of, that people were just like gonna be like, hey, I just had a double loss. I don't want to have another one. Can you please hurry up? And the person going, literally pulling the Captain America meme. No, I don't think I will. Like, what? Don't be a dick. Like, don't be that asshole. Oh my god. So, I said this in the tournament report as well. After everything was said and done, we also ended up hanging out with the guy who got 9th place, because Gothmom got 10th place, which was really awesome. Mm-hmm. Cameron was the guy who got 9th place, was on Slime as well. And do you remember the guy who got 6th place, who was with us, the Hololive guy? The tall dude.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but
yeah. For some reason my brain keeps going James, but I don't know if that's correct. If I'm wrong on that, sorry, but I don't remember exactly what his name was. Dude, cool freaking dude. We were rooting for at the moment. I'm like, yes, we have Hololive in top 8. Go, my dude, go. And he's like, yeah, I lost like immediately in in a top cut. And I'm like, damn, it happens, dude.
See, you should not have rooted for me. I should.
So that's what happened with you. Someone was rooting for you on the side.
Yeah, probably.
There you go. It's where I remember, like, when we were driving down there, someone was like, hey, Kade, you need to go XO. And I'm like, brother in Christ, there's no way I can go XO at this. I don't have that kind of confidence. God, no. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of luck.
What are the crazy
I can talk mad crap, but I don't have that kind of luck.
Yeah, that's just the Jersey in you. You're just like, all right, bet. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go XO. And then just nothing happens. All right, exactly. What are you going to do?
Exactly. It ain't my fault. It's the card's fault.
Clearly, it's not a user error. It's a hardware error or whatever. Exactly. I don't know. Trying to think of any other crazy stuff that went on. We were able to pick up a bunch of really cool cards from the vendors. I got like a $20 SP. It was the Demiurge from Overlord. That was really cool. We got to meet one of the other guys from the Discord, Murakumo. Really cool dude. We didn't get to meet C9. I wanted to see him, but it's all good. Maybe we'll see him at another future event. Try to think what else. We're gonna try to get some of those guys and everything in on another podcast episode and get their perspectives of it and everything as well. So I'm gonna try to organize that like very soon here. As I see that I get a message on Discord. I don't know who that's from. Might be you, might not be. Who knows? It's probably Moroku just being like, hey, heard you was talking shit.
Yeah, but, I could feel it in the forest.
I can feel the salt. I don't know if Ben's going to want to get in on it because I'm certain he's going to want to... One, he was having a bad day. He probably doesn't want to recount the tale anyway. But he also may just end up talking about it on the Refresh Point podcast, which if y'all haven't, checked them out, the heck are you doing? Go get over there. Go check them out right now. Anyway. But he's probably going to recount his tale on his podcast episode. They might have Beery over there. They might not. I'll have to hit him up and ask. But I'd like to get some of the other people that we went with. I want to see if we can get like Gothmom and Steve in there. Steve was on some Chainsaw Man stuff, which was really cool to see. The non-Aki shenanigans. He still had to deal with the other choice restriction. the pick one of two restriction. He still had to deal with that, but his top end did not care. It was an Aki. It was something else. Gothmom was on Hololive. She was using Kali Marine, I think. I think hers was Kali Marine. Because it was definitely Kali, because she picked up the Mori Climax, the choice trigger. She picked up the triple rare of that from me. I'm trying to think of what else, but I can't really think of anything else right now. But any other strange stuff you want to discuss, or just things you want to talk about before we round up the episode?
I mean, overall, the Tampa was nice. Tampa Regional was nice because there was a lot of variety. Shout out to the guy running Vanilla SAO.
Oh, God.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
So, for those who weren't there was this guy running around with this like huge crown, like a dunce hat, but all in gold and rhinestone with a crown around it.
Yes.
So I finally, last round, I got to sit beside him. And I looked over, and I see Vanilla Set 1 SAO cards, and I'm like, what is going on? And then his friend, who was on the other side of the table beside him, he was like, see, look, you're this is what broke people look like. I was like, what are you talking about? All the money went to the crowd up there. He's like, exactly, and that's why he's running a broke vanilla deck. But it's okay. The opponent's about to see the truth.
Exactly.
And the opponent lost.
Oh my God. No.
I think he was running the like freestanding Kirito from set 1. I think there was one in there.
The restanding Kirito requires you to be at 3-6, by the way, if that's the case.
Yes, I believe that was that. Or it was like something he puts markers underneath, pitch the markers and restand it. Or it was something like that. But majority of the deck was vanillas.
That's wild. That is actually wild.
And he won. And I think he went 4-3.
Oh my God, he did better than us. Okay, that works. Okay.
That's when I saw that, that's what I was like, damn, I really should have run Milky Home.
What are we doing right? Hell, I should have just run Azure Lane Cats and just gone to town with like 8-bar cats and just gone to town with that. That's insane.
That is what Summerfest is for.
No, you're right. Summerfest, I'm going to have fun with something. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to have fun with something. So,
like I said, depends on who we go with, if I take it serious or not.
True. I mean, like, we are going to be trying... We have a third person, but it's between one of two people right now for Summerfest. We're thinking Timmy, possibly Timmy from past podcast episodes for those longtime viewers, as well as Baksu-chan. Expressed some interest in wanting to go to, like, Duluth or something. So, I don't know which one's going to end up being the third wheel. But I don't know. So we got some stuff lined up because I know he's on like Baksu-chan's on Nizakoi. I don't know. Timmy would probably just run like fucking Gun Gale, right?
Well, no. By the time Summerfest comes out,
he'll have Nikkei.
Yeah. He said he was going to invest in Nikkei, and me and him have been looking back and forth at the new GGO stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Some of it would actually help him. So if we do, it won't be for Summerfest, but whenever that drops, he'll probably invest in it too.
But
he's going to really invest in Nikkei.
That's fair. I do not fault him in the slightest.
So yeah, I look at it this way. If we go with Box, the newest thing he would probably have is Kenshin. So I'm going to probably run Milky Homes if Box goes. If Timmy goes, I'll try to find a more serious playable deck. Because I know Timmy wants that top 8 mat.
He do, yeah. Oh, true. Because one of the top 8 mats was like actually shown to be like Nikkei or something. I don't remember.
No, it's more for the glory.
More for the glory.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The mat, it's a bonus.
He wants to upgrade from the old base damage play mat. To which he won't be able to run that because it doesn't have the copyright thing up there now.
Yep.
So. Another weird freaking rule, but whatever. I can understand opposing card games, but just that it doesn't have copyright up there. I'm going to make a base damage mat that has copyright up there. So then it's like, it's
like
good.
I said, just find one and just copy and paste it. They're literally just going to look for the copyright stuff.
Yeah, no, that's probably what's going to happen. It's just too funny to me. All right. I'm really trying to think if there was anything else super crazy. Like I said, we're going to be having another podcast episode, letting the other people in the Discord who went also have a chance to shine and have a spot in the limelight for a little bit. But I'm going to see if we can get that organized fairly soonish. I don't know what the schedule is going to be like this weekend, because you and I have another event coming up. As of the recording of this, we're going to be going to IbashoCon that's in Raleigh, right?
Yep.
Raleigh, Durham, somewhere in that. We're going to be vendors there the entire weekend for that, so that's going to be very interesting. Hopefully, be able to spread the good word of Baksu-chan. Maybe. But we're going to be having that. Anything crazy for you coming up down the pipeline? I know you, because for anyone who doesn't know, Joe streams. He does YouTube stuff. He does Twitch stuff. Anything else you got coming up down the pipeline? Put him on the spot just immediately.
Let's see. I mean, I'm finishing Tears of the Kingdom, which I'm like 60% done. I'm about to do probably another 8-hour stream tomorrow, which should like get me to 80%, 90% of the game.
I gotcha.
But event-wise, I have a big like 14-person collab planned for the end of the month for Lethal Company.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Then in March, besides beating through all the original Call of Duties like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, because I just want to relive those, I am going to try something different for once. I am going to pull up Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation. For those who don't know what that is, it's Dead or Alive, the fighting game, made a volleyball game series, and it kind of took off. This is the gacha game that you can't get in the U.S. It's only available in Southeast Asia, Japan, China, and stuff. But they have English subtitles, so if you get a VPN, you can play it.
It's just hilarious to me.
They have a poker room where you can play poker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the bot 5,000 chips, give it 2 hours, see how much I can win or lose.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit there and freak out at how bad the plays are, because we're playing 21, they're standing at 13, and it's like, you see a 10 right there, you don't... Anyway, it's going to be a very interesting stream.
Sounds like it. I'm ready to watch you pull your hair out, what little bit's left.
Yep, because it's going to be all out of my control.
I figured you also pulled a lot of hair out your head dealing with me this past weekend, but that's whatever. Nah. Now you were a absolute joy to go down there and back with. Good travel buddy, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I make do. I drive car.
Dead or alive? No. Nah, that's fair. All right, and you have something coming up in a little bit here, so we are going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all very much for watching. Once again, go check out Joe. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all those cringy YouTuber shenanigans that people love to say. And we will
hold on. Before we end, I'm going to do something cool. Smash that like button.
Oh, God.
So when you do that, it's supposed to light up now. It does it. It actually does it. So whenever those words get said, the like bar and the dislike bar will light up.
I did not know that.
Yes. So smash that like button. There you go. I did another
sparkles. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, YouTube is listening to what you're saying, so that is cool. For anyone who that worked for them, let us know. Comment down below if it worked or not. That's hilarious to me. Alrighty, with that, we will see y'all on the flip side. Stay based.
Goodbye.